Well, hello everybody. Illidaris is here with some more Final Fantasy Shadowbringers. 14. 14 Shadowbringers. Bleh, I can't talk. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. It would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster created creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Oriander, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancient's art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Essenes, wherein ritual ceremony bequeathed life into figments of myth and legend. I see, we arrived at the same conclusion then. The people who lived in this age before the Sun Ring were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magic must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of an aether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies and then seek to draw a balance from it elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals, mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed in our hands, it became in effect the means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we're no closer to finding Emmett Selch. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the convocation in the 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the intendant wouldn't let us through without a right of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was when we gave up. I wonder though, Jarrett, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice on the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the Bureau as well. Worth a look, I say. Meanwhile, I head back to the capital and search for less official point of entry just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove useful indeed. Or may prove useful. Ahem, I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something we can cure Garrick's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Then Yostola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. As we part ways once more, this time, however, let us reconvene in front of the Capitol. This will be my final Earth, the current. Okay, I am going the right way. I forget this is at the bottom of the ocean. A visitor's rift. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Garrett Clog, please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Oh, listen to that thunder. Come on. Jarrett Clog, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emmett himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of Secretariat, and the clerk will issue with the visitor's writ for the capital. Ow! Hydro shot. He just hawked a loogie at me. Sweet. Run quicker! Next, please. Visiting capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emmett? Nay, there's no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I only know that my name is Ithalodulus? Ithalodulus, I guess. And this city is a recreation. A phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These other minds seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hydalosis will realize the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. Yet, in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part, meant to bring color and noise to the well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus, I tell you again, my presence is not a concern to you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. The final days. What began as isolation incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our own star. A will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiac was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh how the star had suffered. So many species lost, the land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give themselves to Zodiac. Another half our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life began anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality, and then when the time was right, we would offer some proportion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore us, those brethren whose souls had fled his strength, and together we would resume our roles as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac, and this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissonants surrendered their life energies to the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief. And for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended? I thought you might. Emmett has ever been a champion at the will of Zodiark. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will not abandon his course. He will pay the price for our realm's return by whatever means necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they might have only grown heavier with every passing century. Tis truly a terrible weight he chosen to carry. Jarrett Gaw. It seems your turn has come. Pray, do not let me keep you. Ah, there was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Nay, I see no definitive form, just a faint suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it's visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear its ethereal companion. Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tell the tale. A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. Ha! This is just the same kind of fate I might expect of one such as he. Surely Emmett has recognized this hint of him in you. Jarrett Kaw. Fare you well, my friend. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find it what you seek. Your visitor writ is requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant within. Finally, you were gone so long. I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in the bureaucratic adventure? Ah, it seems my instincts were correct. And good thing too. Oriantra and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far by far the more attractive option. The capital boasts not a single armed sentry. It would seem that their time they did not deem it needful to guard post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded, though mightily do we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ilm. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reen and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is, these ancients did not exist beyond Amarats today. They will happily tell their own tales. But whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. And what of you, Jarek? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection, and you say all Asian scheming has been leading to this? All this time. But they mean to enact this plan. Things won't end with the rejoining. I thought we knew their intentions in full, restoring the world to its former glory, and then in turn empower Zodiac to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. Yet that was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Asians mean to draw on the lives of the source and make their sacrifice to Zodiac. It does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Asians would be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot concede such an act. Of course not. And that's to say what Emmett plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? We need to find him, Jarek. And when we do, make your mark, change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who came after, by everyone you ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. It's fighting Emmett Sitch the only way. He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you. Just as it lies with each and every one of us. I can finally fly. Shadowbringers. Do you remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mordsuk? I'm still the same mind as I was then. I don't abandon you, you don't abandon me, and together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore through those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking the next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me. Keep on walking. Valtteri spoke of the disaster we would bring on our own heads. Oops. Imagine how he would sneer to see what would come of the first. Not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet who can deny your fire in your deed? Who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in people's hearts? You achieved what logic and ideals never could. Uniting desperate people under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, that giant Talos would have never raised its head. I bore witness to many such miracles at your side, and would do so again. But this is another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wander and danger, as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. Talking about? As thou knowest, if we are to usher Emmett unto his rest, we must need bind his Essian soul, and then shatter it with overwhelming force. The former task required Akiterra, and such have such have I prepared upon the Exarch's asking, no less. Though 'twas ever mine intent to prove said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is the world fallen to Asian artifice, and he would not see such a grim history repeated. And since imminent destruction will culminate of the Exarch's efforts, a reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou stridest into the jaws of peril, forget not, but that is his fondest wish, and many others besides, it is to see thee survive unto the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of happiness of outcomes that I do pledge to remain at thy side. Our time in the first has been never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our past in the source ever was. Yet through our journey together through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees, without a hesitation or regret, and that is all I would say on the matter. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You've taught me that much in Amarang. So forgive me this moment of sentiment, Jarek. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you give me a chance to think and act as I should have, for Reen's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life, or how grateful I am for your support. So I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there guarding your back. When Minfilia entrusted me with her power, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair, and you still feel powerless. And she was right. After you collapsed at Mount Gold, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed help. Minfilia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to. I do, but I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I tried. I really tried. Aww, don't cry. I shouldn't. I'm not sure who you... Actually, never mind. I think the answer's right. Be different for all of us. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I made my decision, Jarek. I'm going with you. Capital Attendant. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before great access. Just shut up. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed into the capital, but any guests you choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times. Okay, dungeon time.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Screw you.
Damn it, Selk.
Oh, Selk. My bad.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not he who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail. Added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence.
Fool.
But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
put you in a grave. Come for the Exarch.
Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities. He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities, and harness that power for the Ardor. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the Ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you. Fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star.
Shut up.
Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin-Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone, and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I had, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us, and us alone.
Oh, shut up. Anyone gonna do something?
Selk. We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
Fire. That's it.
Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment. I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
Shut up. Marat notes accessible. Come on, tank. Let's try this with other people first, and then if I can't do it, then I'm gonna just use my party, my friends.
Welcome to the final days of Amulet. The fabric of our star began to fray, and the unchecked energies of creation begat malformed beasts.
Yeah, your own doing, because you try to play God. Yeah. Come on, tank, don't overpull. Shut up, Emmett.
Just as prayer gives rise to primates, our dread made manifest our deepest fears.
Worm is so disgusting. here. Go forth, man. Ow. Kill this thing attached to me. Okay, people.
The land buckled. The cities burned. The waters ran red with blood.
Don't you think it was your own fault? Terminus Bellwether. So this boss is just... Oh, great. Look at all these AoEs he's doing.
Yet this is far from the worst of it. Come, and I will show you. And you will see the end of a world.
Pick a target, stick with it.
The star was fading. We saw we had to weave its laws anew. between us and our goal, lead a final whisper-cotton fiend.
Oh. No! Woo! That was close. One death related to the entire thing, not bad.
Well, well, you prevailed. Nevertheless, your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness. Oh, you tower over your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind. The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
Alizé!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prattle. Fool, who are you? No one, nothing. Once I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
Oi.
Still fighting the good fight.
Nice. But it did nothing
It is
to
true
him.
that all we hold dear is fated to fade away. But that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
Do not presume to speak of my future. And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance? Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied. Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours. Now, Reed! Now!
Fight it. You have to hold on.
Yeah. Huh?
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds? Take it. We fight as one.
This world is not yours to end. This is our future.
Our story.
Our story.
No, it can't be. Ah, that trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more. How can you hope to stand against me alone?
We stand together!
How d- I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Damn you all!
Baby's getting upset.
Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain.
Which is you, punk.
But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
He needs some milk. I know, right, Jane? The dying grass. I like this. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Sorry if I made you dizzy. Just couldn't resist. Okay, come on. Less than 5 minutes, it says. What are you doing, phone? Commence. Wish me luck.
Show me your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
like I'm scared of you. What's going on? You're going down, ugly. bear.
My dormant breath will the dark tomorrow. But I have gathered might must be devoted to flame reflections. It's over.
Limit break 3. Oh boy. Kill me. And you dare. What's that?
You have no power over me.
No death. Nice.
Will not yield. Should I surrender this fight, what will become of it all? What will become of our dreams?
Enough, damn you!
Infernal strength!
Now! Strike with all thy might!
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
His ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiark, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emet-Selch stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened? I see.
You don't look well.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
No argument here.
Seems that city is destroyed. I wonder if it's completely destroyed the entire city.
So those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
I'm exhausted. Oh, that's swimming.
Ho there!
Greetings! You all right?
Welcome back!
Now that's a beautiful sky.
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens, take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up sooner or later.
Ha!
For the love of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
Yo.
Nevertheless, As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life, so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you? Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
It's a secret. Oh no, don't tell me. I love the smooth song. Okay, there we go. I love this song, but I think it's gonna get me copywritten. Boom, my finger. Jane. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to skip it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip it because it's gonna get me copywritten.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
Don't worry, we'll figure things out.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Yeah.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow scions, will you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
You better believe it.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure he arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
You will.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
What killed him?
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor. Wait! Oh.
Estinian, what have you gotten yourself into?
Uranians!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Illidaris is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice! I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
You disgust me.
Xenos!
Let's go talk to Tataru. Come on, Lo Mordona. Mordona. Okay, it's just a loading thing. Tataru! But... Dirk, is it really you? But how? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Right, so it does. The reports you had delivered by that excitable little pixie said as much. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any signs of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. Mistinian. Krill and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though. It will be worth to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours, and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Ah, the Warrior of Light, back to where he belongs. Back where he belongs. Just as if nothing had happened. Though you do seem different, Hal. Somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. Oblivion has claimed him. Emmett Silch gone, La Habrea gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more, I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos. Never did I dream you could overpower me, so completely possessed as I was in your body, and all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied, its currents wild beyond any capacity to direct them. What's he doing on the moon? You have wrestled the advantage, Heidelin. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grasp on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden, and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence. Just you and your Creator's desire. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing, as we were weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to your ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, he may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep those heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at last. Warrior of Darkness now, are they? Their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end of those who came before, death at the hands of the warriors of light. How is he surviving in space? It seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing moms and moms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures, as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our aether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved this world, but we haven't reclaimed it. Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let us head back to prepare this bad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. Again? Another cutscene? Whoa, what is that? Though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? I'm finally done with Shadowbringers. Well, guys, that's going to end it for me here. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I wish you the best of luck. Later.